it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand in the way. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side, going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Brad Rucker for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, here we go, Buckeye fans. Happy Thanksgiving. So thankful that you guys have been listening to the show throughout the entire ride here in the 2024 Buckeye football season, and it all comes down to this one game. One 12 o'clock kick Saturday at the Horseshoe. The 10-1 Buckeyes taking on the 6-5 Michigan Wolverines. I'll say it, I don't even think the records matter in this one. I swear, every time I've walked into this game since I've been covering it, and you think the Buckeyes are going to win in a blowout, it winds up being unnecessarily close. So I'm not entirely sure how it's going to break down. I know I just made my pick with a 38-10 win for Ohio State, but as we get closer to it, nerves are going to be there. But what an exciting time for Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes to try and scratch this one off and win the game that they need to win. Now, here tonight, my Wednesday guy, it is a DeVier day, special Thanksgiving edition, DeVier Posey. Good to see you, my man.
What's up, Tim? What's up, Columbus? Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for the fan. I'm thankful for a platform to talk about sports that I love and teams that I love, like Ohio State. But, Tim, you were right. This is, you know Mechadom, right?
Absolutely, I do.
We got to buckle up.
He wrote up buckle up.
We got to buckle up on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's going to be, it's going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, time for a fight, right?
Time for a fight.
It is time for a fight. And the 10 TV sports anchor legend, my friend and yours, Dom Tiberi. Dom, thanks for coming in. I haven't seen you on the show
Let
for
me
quite
just
some
say
time.
this. Let me just say this real quick. And DeVier knows what I'm about to say. I'm tired of those guys north of the border. Tired of it. I'm tired of the pompousness. I'm tired of that smirk that they have. You know what I'm talking about, DeVier?
Yeah, we know.
And I heard the interview from Coach Moore.
Oh, the same guys down there?
Same guys are down there.
Yeah,
And you know what? That's fine. I hope that Ohio State is on a slow burn, and I hope they take it all in. And for the guys that came back. But, you know, I think about all the stuff that has happened over the last 3 years, D, and the scandal and all the different things that happened and the pompousness. And I hear from their fans on Twitter. They're coming out now like it's Groundhog Day.
How about Dave Portnoy? How much does he get on your nerves?
I mean, just all of it.
Don't get us started on him.
Just all of it.
I wanted to get Tim. I know Tim does not like that guy.
Once you buy him a real quarterback, how about you make sure that your team doesn't have to take a sit-back year like this? I'm sorry, that's pathetic that they would be 6-5 coming off a national championship team. I don't care what kind of scandal might be coming your way. No. I don't care what coaches are losing.
That's karma. That's how you know they cheated.
Karma.
JJ McCarthy's out. Blake Corum hasn't scored more than 3 touchdowns.
Get him out of here.
These guys are reaping their karma. But Harbaugh, his team, and I stand on this belief. I believe it was Sharon Moore and company. And Harbaugh, his karma is okay. And here's my thing. I believe he didn't know.
What goes around comes around. But let me just say this, and I want to go back to something Tim said, because I've had more Buckeye fans come up to me the last week and say, oh, we're going to get even. We're going to kill them. We're going to whatever. First of all, there is no we. You're not playing. Second of all,
don't take that away from him. Buckeye Nation is a special
but you're not
group,
playing.
and they like the we.
We're not playing.
They like the we because this is part of the culture in Ohio.
I understand that, but I don't want the players hearing that because it doesn't work that way sometimes.
Because if they lose, it's the team, huh?
The best team doesn't always win this game, and the Buckeyes need to have a chip on their shoulder and go into this game and not think that it's going to be easy. Don't listen. It's because it's not going to be.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, you know what scares the heck out of me when it comes to Michigan is their defense. They still have a solid defensive front.
They do. They've got a stout defensive line.
And then I'll tell you the other thing. that worries me when it comes to Michigan is the fact that they found their mojo, and I understand it's Northwestern, but they ran the ball really well against those guys. And that, to me, could be Ohio State's bugaboo. They got to be able to stop the run, get 3 and outs, not let those guys. Although, if you look at the last couple games, it was the home runs that killed Ohio State against these guys. Do I think Ohio State's going to win? Yes. Do I hope that they put 100 on them? Yes.
Dom, I want to ask you, does Knowles keep that aggressive mindset that he had in Indiana, how he got after Rourke?
I hope so. I hope that they bring hell to him.
Yeah.
Because they need that. And I hope, and here's the other thing I want to say to the fans out there. This is not an opera you're coming to. This is not a play.
Scream.
You're the 12th man.
You don't think they brought it against Indiana?
No, they
on
did.
Saturday?
And we need to do that again.
You've got to do it again.
Another level up.
Because there's going to be ebbs and flow in this game.
Oh.
And we don't need to hear boos. We need to hear you rallying around this team because it's going to take 12 men to beat Michigan Saturday.
Dom Tiberi from 10 TV.
I'm lacing them up, Dom. I'm going to be the 12th man.
Dom is with us here.
I'd love to see you lose. I'd love to see you suit back up. I would love to see you suit back up.
You would see 3 plays max.
DeVier is here as well. Now, this was on the show that you do. I have never heard a comment like this. This was one of the all-time sports comments I swear I have ever heard, which is why when I saw this and retweeted it late Monday night, right after the show aired, all I could say is, "Oh my goodness!"
Is this
my goodness? You'll hear it.
I saw you tweet something about this guy getting on Will Howard and saying he's not a real Buckeye.
No.
That was another
this
tweet.
is Coach Day.
I could care less about. Those guys up in Cleveland saying some stuff, but I could literally care less about that. This was Ryan Day on losing to Michigan. This should tell you everything you've ever needed to know on what's going on and what this means.
We felt what it's like to not win this game, and it's bad. It's one of the worst things that's happened to me in my life, quite honestly, other than losing my father and a few other things. Like it's quite honestly for my family the worst thing that's happened. So we can never have that happen.
You heard him say that in there. Yep. But other than losing my father, for people that don't have the context here or missed this part of his background and his story, his father committed suicide when he was just 8 years old.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That man right there just put everything in here that's been going on and the pressure and the negativity that he has felt. It's a team performance, right? We do put it all on him.
Yep.
It's a whole program thing. It's a whole team thing. They have collectively not gotten the job done in the last 3 years. Dom, I don't know what your thought was when those words came out of his mouth. My hair blew back. I didn't know I'm sitting there alone at midnight watching college basketball, and that plays on my phone. I was stunned. I was completely stunned.
You know what? It is a huge deal in Columbus, Ohio. And Coach knows.
In America, Dom.
But you're right, America. But in this city, when it comes to this team, this is what it comes down to. And, Earl Bruce said, when you beat Michigan, you can walk up and down High Street with your chest out. But when you lose to them, you take the back alleys and you hide. Yep. And you lose 3 years in a row, and, it got pretty visceral out there. And it's not fair, but that's the world we live in. And I feel bad. I am a huge Ryan Day fan.
Yep.
He is a good man, and I think he's a hell of a coach. And, sometimes things don't go the way you want. How many times did Harbaugh lose?
A lot.
To Ohio State?
Plenty.
Yep. And then, you're wondering.
Some cheating
you think
to build
about,
up.
You think, and you think about what. And so it's a big deal up there. It's a big deal down here. And I just feel bad that Coach Day, had the visceral side of this rivalry.
Absolutely. And I love when I heard that, Tim, because this rivalry for me personally, my uncle played at Michigan. Like Thanksgiving's tomorrow. Growing up as a kid, I had to look across the table and be like, hey, we beat you guys or you guys beat us. It hits home. The fact that it's hitting home for Ryan Day, not to say, finally, but at the same time, it's like this rivalry is real. And in terms of Ryan Day, you talk about better start than Jim Tressel, better start than Urban Meyer. The only thing he's missing is a national championship and beating Michigan consecutively.
Yeah, it's it. He's got to do it. And DeVier, I cannot wait to hear more of your player-first perspective on what goes into this week and things that you still remember to this day from those victories over that team up north. Dom, you're running to go do TV here in 5 minutes.
Yeah, so if you want,
always appreciate
you can
man.
watch me for 3 minutes and then come back to Timmy and DeVier.
Absolutely. It's in the commercial break.
Cross-promotion. This is cross-promotion.
Dom, love you, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
and
Dom.
You look good today. Tim really looks good today. I don't know if you're watching
you're
YouTube.
too kind. You're too kind.
Doesn't he look good? And
the hair is nice.
Thanks.
The hair is herring today.
He does, and I got to watch it because if I say your hair is too good, there's someone that will drop a dime on me to Bo Bishop.
That's right. That's right.
How you doing?
You don't want that to get back to Bo.
He was listening.
Don't be cheating on Bo. Right? You guys.
Bo's like, hey man, I thought I had the best hair.
Your relationship is like this.
And then there's Adam King.
It's pretty good too.
He was out in the cold. His almost broke last
Good looking
night.
man. I thought you had to go do TV. I thought you had to go do TV.
I enjoy being with you so much.
It's great. Thank you. I'm thankful for the kind compliments. All right, more and DeVier Posey and his reminiscing about this great rivalry coming up. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
It's Rivalry Week on the Fan.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
There's a game happening on Saturday. Maybe you've heard about it.
Want to kick off your fall shopping with a touchdown? Shop Bob's Discount Furniture for pieces that fit your style and your space. Check out Bob's space-conscious and style-forward furniture for every room, like counter-height dining sets, convenient lift-top coffee tables, guest-friendly pop-up sleepers, and storage-filled seating perfect for game day hangouts. So stop and score winning design with Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
The National Veterans Memorial and Museum in Columbus preserves and shares the stories of our nation's veterans from all branches and all eras of service. With a gift of $20 or more, you can honor a veteran in your life by dedicating a flag in their name to be displayed on the museum's expansive grounds on Veterans Day weekend. Your gift will be matched, and your veteran's name will be shared on our website. Learn more at nationalvets.org.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Save time, reduce costs, and eliminate printer frustrations with Modern Office Methods, your award-winning managed print services provider. We know how to help your business reduce the cost of office printing by identifying necessary print and paper waste. We can improve your printer fleet and decrease the amount of printer frustration. Why wait? Start saving time and money today. Start with our comprehensive print fleet assessment by going to momnet.com and click on Free Assessment.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Enroll at healthcare.gov by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy skies and scattered rain showers moving in on this Wednesday. We'll see temperatures holding in the low to mid-40s. Overnight, the rain showers mixing with and changing to snow showers. Temperatures down to the mid-30s by Thanksgiving morning. Little, if any, accumulation. Precipitation ends as snow showers early in the morning with a spotted late-day drizzle possible. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies and breezy and cool on Thanksgiving afternoon. Highs in the low 40s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Where Timmy Hall can start swooning over Aaron Kraft any second. It's the Buckeye Show.
3rd and 5 Buckeyes. The Wolverine 33. Snap to Pryor. Blitz coming. Pryor avoids it by running to the right side. Throws on the run upfield. Caught by Posey. 20, 15, 10, 5. Dives and gets in the end zone. Touchdown, DeVier Posey. Not to be denied that time. A 33-yard pass, catch, and run.
This guy, DeVier Posey, he made some plays. He was a playmaker in the game. That was back in the 2010 version, which was fun. That was a fun one. That was 37-7, and you had 82 yards receiving and that touchdown that you heard in that contest. Timmy Hall, DeVier Posey, our guy Ryan Baker back there, and it's the biggest week of the year. It is the biggest week of the year.
82 yards? I left 18 yards out there.
You left some out there.
I should have had a honey bun.
You had a century. There was a century there, right?
Yeah. I call them honey buns.
Before we get back to it, and I want to hear every single thought that you have ever had on this game, I want to tell you guys real quick about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Yes, indeed. Their low testosterone treatment has helped me so much. I've talked about them a lot in this past year, and when I didn't know where I was going to turn, when that brain fog and that just lack of energy punch wasn't there for me anymore, I didn't know what to do, and I started seeing them and the quick shots and the ace. They were a game changer for me. And you know what? Because it's the holidays, there's a lot more hustle and bustle. And if that energy is down for you and your sleep patterns are off, if the sex drive is MIA, you don't feel like the same guy that you were, it's tough to get excited for all that holiday cheer. If this is you, you might have low testosterone, and Tri-State Men's Health can help you. So check them out at tristatemenshealth.com. They've got the low T quiz. That can be very helpful for you to see exactly what kind of treatment plan you can be put in. And they've got wonderful locations all throughout Ohio, 2 in Central Ohio, Westerville, and right there in Hilliard off of Cemetery Road and 270. There is no need to wait any longer to get that pack of energy. 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. I'll tell you what, the shot of energy is there for me.
You ready?
It is just, it's buzzing. And I've said this, DeVier, that the fact that this Michigan team is 6-5 and more playing spoiler, I think it almost adds to the storyline because I don't know if there has ever been a game more so than this that the Buckeyes have to win, that a coach has to win.
Well, I would go number 2, ranked in the nation, Robert Smith, Antoine Whitfield, John Cooper versus Bishop Biakabatuka. That game.
Oh, yeah, you're going back, but that was.
It's the only game that kind of resembles this. Like, Michigan had no chance at national championship implications on this game.
Yeah.
Ohio State, all they had to do was win, and they're in. Had a great year. And Biakabatuka, Bake, what did he go for that day?
Oh, probably
I believe it was
3 bills.
313.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. And what Dom's saying, that point of Northwestern getting the run game going, can't have one of those games. But Tim, no, as a player, man, this game to me was all about the week leading up to it, because game day, everything happens so fast. It's not like you can take in the tradition, you can take in the tunnel of pride. It's not like you can sit in the morning and be like, oh, I'm playing in a rivalry game. It's a 6 o'clock wake up. It's the hardest, most physical, biggest impactful game on your season and your career, and it starts at 12 o'clock, Tim. So if you're not ready on Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, sleeping with your fist balled, like, have you seen the Arthur meme? The cartoon Arthur meme?
Uh-huh.
That's how you're fit. You need to sleep with clenched fist leading up to in our and I hate that they don't do the mirror leg jump anymore. We got to experience that on Thursday nights. The band.
It became too dangerous, right?
Absolutely, it's dangerous.
One of those things you couldn't have anymore. I know what you mean, though. But it's those psychotic kinds of traditions about it.
And then just like every day, there's something leading up to the game. So it's like
it's a version of a pep rally that never ends.
So for me, I was ready on Tuesday. Well, even the Sunday when you get to play with the band, you know, after the game before, I was ready for those games then because I knew you had to start fast. It was one of those games where your fists have to be clenched from the moment you wake up until that clock hits 0, ready for a fight. And by all means, talk whatever crap you got to talk, say whatever you got to say to the Michigan players. This is a by any means necessary type of effort to get this done. You got to get it done, Tim. You can say anything.
You also had the experience of being in this game when it was played before Thanksgiving and then when the schedule adjusted to being played after Thanksgiving.
Really? I didn't even know that.
You didn't know memories about that?
Was it my last game?
Well, I mean, I know 09 because I'm looking back at the schedule break. Yeah, your last game was 10, right? 2010?
11. I played in 11.
So you played in 2, I think. Because I want to say 2010 was when it happened. Does that sound right, Ryan? I'm looking at 09, and it was Saturday, November 21st, and that was before Thanksgiving that year. And then 2010, it flipped to being after. So that was a different type of beast.
I know those clips we looked at. The one that we played was November 27th. So, yeah, that would have been real close.
Yeah,
that would have been right after.
I just looked up the date of Thanksgiving in that year to verify, and it was. But that's interesting. That was kind of blocked out of mind. The holiday, whatever. That's crazy to me because you're so much. Well, actually, it's not because the game is so important that you have one of the 2 biggest holidays on the calendar outside of Christmas, and it basically just becomes another day as you are getting ready for this battle.
And it took me a long time after football. I would probably say 2 years to like actually like holidays and appreciate them.
Yeah.
Because I was always, I mean, from 18 years old, you're working.
Yeah.
And it kind of just becomes, hey, are my hamstrings tight on things? Like, I don't care about Thanksgiving. I'm thinking about stretching my ankles out and stretching my hips.
I can't overeat.
Right. Like,
I got to be good.
I got to be fast.
I got to be light on my feet. I'm a speed player.
I'm going to turn down this invitation to Thanksgiving. I'm going to stay in Columbus in my apartment. I'm going to ice up, cold up, get some rest, watch film. You guys have that to save me a plate.
Absolutely, right?
You know, and so now
maybe Saturday afternoon.
I'll have some turkey. I'll have some leftovers. I'll have a turkey sandwich. But you know, now it's like, hey, I appreciate these days. I appreciate this from a fan's perspective and what it brings to the holiday as far as having this game attached with family. And so it's but it took me a while, Tim.
What's the best thing that being a part of this rivalry has taught you that you've kept with you?
I would say the best thing is you're immortalized if you win. No matter what. You have a chance at immortality, even if you can say, hey, I was a part of this team in 2009, 2010, 11, 12, whatever. These guys, 2024, you have a chance at immortality. And the thing with sports, it doesn't come around often, like to be in the history books. And when you have that opportunity, you want to be on the good side of history. Period.
3-1 for you.
Yeah, you want to be on the good side of history.
Right.
Yeah.
3-1 for you. I'd imagine that's up there.
I was a double move away from 4-0. And Braxton overthrew me. But the thing is, I can't blame Braxton, is because when I ran that route, I did my double move. You're supposed to drive for 3 steps after your double move. It sounds like foreign language to you. But
I get what you're saying.
I was 3 steps short running under the ball. So it was like, I gotta own that one. But yeah. A big
You
play
didn't
away.
run that's good. You didn't run the route exactly the way that you needed to run that.
A big play away.
Was that the fourth down? Was that the fourth down interception?
No, that was like 3rd and 16.
That was before. That was a play before.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
So-
I know that one, 40-34?
But absolutely, Tim. I mean, you get a chance to be etched in history in this rivalry. In Canada, they have this. They have the Grey Cup, right? And they put every team on the Grey Cup. And when you think about that in terms of like Michigan, Ohio State, like all the wins and all what it means, like each year has a story. And this story for these guys, it could, you can imagine old Jack Sawyer living back in Pickerington on a ranch, telling his kids about how, hey, my senior year, we finally got him. And I wasn't able to leave this place until I did it right. And you want that to be your story.
And Jack would be talking about it in a Southern accent because that's how he talks. Because we're out here in Pickerington.
Jack Sawyer.
We play football. We play football out here. That's what we do out here. We're just trying to beat that team up north and do it for Coach Day and do it for Buckeye Nation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A man who won 111 games, but also knows the pain that Ryan Day has lived with and felt these past 3 years. Coach John Cooper. He's going to join us here on Beat Michigan Week next. This is the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
The only show where sports talk is eclipsed by food talk. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan.
Hearing about online threats every day can be stressful. McAfee Total Protection is here to help you live a worry-free life online. What does worry-free mean? You won't have to wonder if that text message is a scam, if new threats will pop up on your PC, or if you're safe from identity theft. Visit McAfee.com/online protection today to get up to 79% off award-winning online protection. Act fast. This Black Friday Cyber Monday deal won't last. Offer ends 12/4/24. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
Not much creative about this commercial, but when a deal is this good, sometimes you just got to say it straight. It's Bobby Carpenter for Pella Columbus, and if you've been thinking about getting windows that could completely change the overall look and feel of your home, Pella Columbus has a giant deal to entice you right now. For qualifying installations, you will receive 50% off or 0% APR financing for 60 months. Get the Pella look and quality at an incredible holiday price. Only for my friends at Pella Columbus. Check them out at PellaColumbus.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
a lot of company,
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
What a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box, Biatch.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This Saturday, choose chill and grab a Coors Light. Press play on Ohio State football and pause on everything else. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose the one beer that's made for Ohio State game day. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics 2024.
Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and get you back on the road in less time than it takes to get over from the express lane to the exit ramp. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith, Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Brace yourselves for more Buckeye banter. This is the Buckeye Show.
Pitch Wiley going to the right side, block from Keller, springs him to the 50-yard line, to Michigan's 40. Down the middle goes Wiley, and he's going to get it all. 10-5 touchdown, Michael Wiley, 53 yards, his 10th score of the season on the ground, and the Buckeyes have a 6-0 lead.
Michael Wiley on the tote right there. Back here on the Buckeye Show, it is Beat Michigan Week. Timmy Hall and DeVier Posey, and we're going to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. The coach of that team, that is John Cooper. Coach Coop, thank you so much for being here with us. How are we feeling as we got Michigan coming up on Saturday?
Well, thanks for having me. And I feel good, guys. Hell, I haven't lost a game in over 20 years now. I'm feeling good. They can't run me out of town. I still live in the same house I lived in when I coached.
That's beautiful. So mentally, things a little bit easier being on this side of the equation, huh?
Well, they're obviously easier. Yeah, oh yeah. But we love Columbus. My daughter lives next door, and my son lives a mile away, and each one of them got 2 kids, and it's my life, man. I love it. And the coaches are kind enough to let me come over and watch practice, and I go over and watch practice, keep my mouth shut, and come home and and don't have to worry about whether you win or lose.
Well, Coach, one of the things that we were thinking about with this one, and times have changed since the 90s, and you obviously have had to feel the pain of losing that game to Michigan, knowing what it's like to beat those guys, and also knowing the pain and the agony when it doesn't go your way. But the way that Ryan Day's got social media, and we're so connected in the 2020s, I feel like losing 3 in a row or losing to Michigan in today's day and age, not that it wasn't bad when you were the coach, but it's almost a different animal now. Do you agree?
No, I disagree. This thing runs in cycles, guys. And it isn't how good you are compared to who you're playing. Mm-hmm. And my record, I'm not trying to make alibis. My record against Michigan was awful in the 90s, but I tell you what, we didn't lose to a bad football team in the 90s. And the coaching staff, listen to this, the coaches in the 90s, when I took this job here, was like Bo Schembecker and Lloyd Carr up at Michigan, two pretty good coaches. You got Barry Alvarez up at Wisconsin. You got Hayden Fry over at Iowa. You got Nick Saban up at Michigan State. Joe Paterno, of course, at Penn State, and Bill Mallory. And Bill Mallory was one hell of a football coach at at Indiana.
Yeah.
I worked real hard trying to get Bill Mallory in the College Football Hall of Fame. I was president of the American Coaches Hall of Fame one time, and he came really, really close to getting in, and he should have been in. The rest of us coaches, including me, are proud. Hell, every one of us are in the College Football Hall of Fame. And I took this job here, guys, in '88. And I got to be honest with you, if I'd have come up here, we just got through beating Michigan in the 1987 Rose Bowl game when I was at Arizona State, and they had a pretty good team. They had a quarterback by the name of Tom Brady, and of course Bo was coaching then, and we beat them in the '87 Rose Bowl. I was at Arizona State, and the next year I left there and came here. If I'd have come up here and looked it over and saw the facility, our offices were in St. John Arena when I came here, and looked it over, and our coaching staff was the 8th lowest paid coaching staff in the Big Ten Conference, And we would go to work at St. John and work till about noon. Then we'd go over to the Woody Hayes. They did have the Woody Hayes. It was open, but our offices weren't over there. And go over there, and of course we had lost a lot of good football players. And it runs in cycles. We weren't very good in the mid '90s, and Michigan was good. And right after that, Michigan, from 2000 to 2015 or so, Michigan wasn't very good. When their coaching staff up there, when Lloyd Carr resigned, I don't know the name of all those other coaches they hired, but they weren't very good there for about 10, 12, 15 years. Matter of fact,
Rich Rod and Hoke.
Yeah, that was my time, Coach.
They lost 74 games during that time. Now, and that's when everybody was beating Michigan. But I'm not proud of my. I'm embarrassed by my record against Michigan. I'm going to be honest with you. We lost. The one thing you learn, and this ain't going to happen tomorrow or Saturday. We're going to win this ball game Saturday because we got better players and we got better coaches. They lost not only their football players last year, they lost their coaching staff. Mm-hmm. And we got much better players, and we're well coached, and our players are basically the skilled people. We lost a couple offensive linemen, but we're staying healthy. Our quarterback is playing really, really, really good. He is the most improved player I think I've seen here in a long, long time, Howard. And he's going to have a great game this weekend. But anyway,
Coach, I wanted to ask you something. Coach, I wanted to ask you two questions. So when you came to Ohio State, you absolutely changed the mindset in terms of the type of recruits you got. You, to me, in the 90s, and the players that you got were absolute. Like when you talk about the freaks at Ohio State, they have freaks now, but like physical freaks, the Eddie Georges, the Orlando Paces, these guys, the David Bostons. What was your mindset in recruiting guys with those type of bodies? And then also I wanted to ask you, what do you remember about when you guys were ranked number 2 and Bishop Biaka-Patuka came in and put up 300? Do you feel like this is that type of year?
No, I don't think it's going to be that kind of year. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the heck happened. I know we probably turned the ball over. You got to. First of all, when I came in here, we had one player drafted my first year, and I thought, what the hell is this? This is Ohio State. We're gonna have better players than that. Mm-hmm. What happened? You think back, the mistake they made. They fired Coach Bruce, who I thought was a great football coach. They fired him on Monday before they played the Michigan game that week. They hired John Cooper after January the first bowl game. So there were 6 weeks here where there was no recruiting going on. And all the good players were gone. When I came in here that first year, all the in-state players were gone, including Desmond Howard and 3 other good players up there in the Cleveland area. And not only did we not get those players, we had to play against them. And so I told my coaching staff, I said, heck with this. We're going to start in Columbus. We're going to start in Columbus, Ohio, and go as far as we need to go to get the best football players we can get. Now, if it's close, don't ever overlook an in-state player. Take the in-state player first, and that's what we started to do. And each coach was assigned a recruiting area, and then we got branching out of state. And the next thing you know, we got players we got Joe Germain out of Arizona, and Eddie George out of Philadelphia, and David Boston, and we got players out of state. You look at our roster right now, and there's about 60 players on our roster that are from out of state. Mm-hmm. So you got to keep the in-state players at home, keep them at home, and then go out of state and get the top players you can out of state and keep them here and coach the heck out of them. The other thing, I guess I am making excuses, but my coaching staff was the 8th lowest paid coaching staff in the Big Ten Conference. Every year, I lost my recruiting coordinator my second year. We were second in the nation with our recruiting class, and he didn't want more money, but he wanted a title. He wanted to be an athletic director in charge of recruiting, and we wouldn't give it to him. So he left here and went to Tennessee, and then later on was the athletic director at Pitt. Larry, and the second thing you got to do, guys, you got to get kids in school. Larry Fitzgerald wanted to come to school at Ohio State. I don't know if you ever heard that story or not. he wanted to come here to Ohio State, and we couldn't get him in. So I called the athletic director at Pittsburgh, Walt Harris, and told Walt, hey, there's a coach here, a great football player. We can't get him to school. The kid went to Pitt. They put him in prep school, and the next year, of course, he played at Pitt. He'll go down in history as the second best wide receiver to ever play football, period. College or pros. You know who I'm talking about, right?
He is a good one, Coop. He's one of the best ever played.
Yeah.
But hey, look. The way that it went down, you assembled some of the better college football teams I've ever seen. Record against Michigan withstanding that, it is everything that happened in your tenure led us to where we are right now. And when the century turned and the domination started to happen there, and you're right, teams were different, but the teams that you put together, and I think just the way that we all felt, we were toughened. We were toughened in this town.
I appreciate that. We had a great off-season program. I heard Dave Kennedy from Nebraska, and I thought Nebraska had the best football program in the country. He came in here and did a great job, just like they're doing a great job now with our off-season program.
Absolutely.
But you got to recruit. There's three things you got to do when you become a head coach. You got to recruit, and recruit. and then you got to get in the off-season program. And gosh, it's changed so much, guys. We used to couldn't keep the kids here in the summer, and they had to go home in the summer and work, and we'd bring them in September, and then you had to get them in condition. And here's another thing. My first year here, here's the first three games we played. We opened up with Syracuse here at home, and then we went over and played a good Pittsburgh team, and then we came back here and played LSU. That was our first three games at home, and I think the next year we played USC here at home. But anyway, you got to recruit. You got to get good players, and you got to make the other team beat you. The team that makes a few mistakes is going to win the game, and the team that's got the best players usually wins the game. Michigan cannot beat us this weekend. It's Saturday.
Absolutely, Coach.
We can beat ourselves, but we're going to have to screw up for Michigan to beat it, just like Indiana screwed up. I mean, they fumbled a punt we returned a punt for a touchdown and fumbled a snap from center for another touchdown, and the game's over. And we completed a 30-yard pass in the first series to keep the drive going, and I think it was we had like 40 yards to go for a first down. Anyway, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to win the game, and I like our coaching staff. I think our staff has done a great job, not a good job, but a great job of making adjustments from week to week and from game to game.
Absolutely. Coach, thank you so much. Coach John Cooper joining us here on the Buckeye Show on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Absolutely appreciate it as we have got the big game coming up on Saturday. They've recruited. Now we're just going to get to see these guys do it out on the field. And, hey, we're going to keep the coaching theme going here. We've heard from Coach John Cooper, and we're going to call another coach coming up here next. Little tell you how we're going to actually do that. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Want to kick off your fall shopping with a touchdown? Shop Bob's Discount Furniture for pieces that fit your style and your space. Check out Bob's space-conscious and style-forward furniture for every room, like counter-height dining sets, convenient lift-top coffee tables, guest-friendly pop-up sleepers, and storage-filled seating perfect for game day hangouts. So stop and score winning design with Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint. With their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind or grab a carryout. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years with We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Just in case you've been living under a rock, it's Beat Michigan Week. Join our expert hosts and sensational guests as we shoot the breeze about the Bucks and the cheating-ass cheaters.
Everyone knows Michigan cheats.
Your home of the Buckeyes.
Michigan cheats over everything.
The Fan.
This Saturday, choose chill and grab a Coors Light. Press play on Ohio State football and pause on everything else. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose the one beer that's made for Ohio State game day. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics 2024.
Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
30% of D1 athletes report betting-related threats and harassment after games. This threatens the safety and mental health of students like Jade.
I'm a college athlete, and I'm more than a bet. When you threaten my life and my family because you lost money, it really scares me.
These threats are not acceptable. Stop harassing college athletes over a bet. Learn more at morethanabet.org.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
It's the Buckeye Show, where our diet is football. And whatever diet Tyvus is on today.
The Buckeye Show is presented by Coors Light.
Martin and Wells in the eye. Extra tight ends, lots of big bodies. Hartsock motioning on the right side. Handoff will go to Jonathan Wells. Right side, first down, and more, and maybe all. As Wells goes down the middle and into the end zone. Jonathan Wells on 4th and inches breaks through everybody and gets a 45-yard touchdown run. His second score of the day, and the Buckeyes are up 2 touchdowns.
Sounds from the rivalry game. Timmy Hall, DeVier Posey, our man Ryan Baker back there. It is the Buckeye Show, steamrolling towards this noon kickoff on Saturday at the Shoe. By the way, we here on the Buckeye Show are brought to you by our friends at CareSource and also by our friends at Coors Light. We thank them for sponsoring this lovely radio program.
Timmy, that call there from Paul Keels, that's one play in Ohio State history that stands out with some of the best ever, because if you remember, that was Tressel's first year, and that was like, oh, man, he came in and he said he was going to do it.
310-day speech.
It was that touchdown that, like, put the nail in the coffin, and you were like, he did do it. So I will always remember that touchdown run by Jonathan Wells.
You went to Kohl's and bought a vest on Sunday.
Absolutely. I think everyone in Columbus did.
Oh man, and you know what? That game there too. We just had him on. We just had Coach Cooper on, and he gave us a lot of good stories and talking about his program and he cared a lot about recruiting, as you heard him say.
Yeah.
And he believes that this team that we're going to see on Saturday, as we all do, that's not what it's about. We understand that their coaching staff is different. Our coaching staff has been in place. Ryan Day has been doing this for a long time, and he's calloused up. He is toughened up. As we heard his comment that literally blew my hair back when he was on his show Game Time with Ryan Day on 10 TV about how there's been nothing worse in his life, nothing worse in his life. And he put it up there in the realm of when he lost his father when he was 8 years old. That's how bad it's been for him and his family losing this game. So they have the better players. They've got the experience. They've got a better team. You just have to go out there and do it now.
Absolutely. And for all those reasons, that's how impactful it would be if Ohio State were to lose. This is like the perfect scenario, perfect opportunity for him for redemption. This is how much and how heavy this game can weigh on your mental. But Tim, on the comment about Cooper's recruiting, like when you really think about it, that blueprint of keeping a fence around Ohio, keeping a fence around Columbus and Cleveland and Cincy and Toledo and Dayton and southeast Ohio, and then going and getting players from around the country without a recruiting service, without Rivals, without Scout.com, without 247 Sports, like. It's kind of mind-blowing that Cooper had that mindset and he was able to grab guys like Eddie and David Boston and all these guys. But, man, you kind of still feel the pain in Coach Cooper's voice.
Yes, you did.
You can feel it.
You did.
This doesn't – you see what I'm saying? It's
I'm not saying it was
immortality.
excuses. He just was –
It's forever.
He feels like he's got to explain, how this happened, how this went on.
This game lasts forever.
Yes, it does. And it gets at him to this day.
Yeah.
And some of those great teams that he had in the 90s, that roadblock was in the way, and it affects things. So we heard from Ryan Day. We heard from Coach Coop. I figured we'd hear from a coach from the great beyond.
Let's hear his voice.
So I'm just going to tell you guys that you can actually call Woody Hayes. You can call Woody Hayes, and I'm going to give you his number because I want you guys to call him. The number is 614-488-1910.
That was Woody's
488-1910. And we're going to call him right here and see what he's got to say live on the air. Let's do this. Baker's calling him up. This is nice. There we go. Dial tone.
That was 10 beeps.
It's 10 numbers in the phone number.
There we go.
This ball game will boil down to three things. Three things. Number one, the team that hits the hardest and the longest, the team that starts the fastest, and the team is too damn smart to make mistakes. It's too smart to make mistakes, and that team will win without any question. If you take it to them, if you don't make mistakes, and you keep taking it to them, hell, there's no question who will win. There's no question who will win. Now let's go out and do it. Let's go. Yeah!
Let's go.
I'm taking that to
Let's
my life.
go, Woody.
I'm going to keep taking it to life,
Execute.
and I'm not going to be dumb.
You be smart, you don't make mistakes, and you keep taking it to them. There's no way you can lose. There's absolutely no way you can lose. Guys, thank you so much. It's been wonderful. Everybody that is listening to the show, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. DeVier, Ryan, you guys, the both of you, thanks so much for doing what you do. We got some Jackets hockey coming our way. They're taking on the Canadiens. It should be a fun one. CBJ up next right here on The Fan.
If you've recently seen a photo of an older Baker Mayfield fresh off a bender, it's just Bo Bishop. Bishop and Friends.